Welcome everyone to this exciting interview segment. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Melissa Ponzio, star of the Hulu show Reasonable Doubt. Melissa takes on the role of Lucy Wargo. Join us as we delve into Melissa's insights into her character and the challenges of filming this show. Thank you for being here, Melissa.
I'm so honored to be here with you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. So, can you tell us a little bit about your character in Reasonable Doubt?
Well, I'm very excited for everybody to meet Lucy Wargo. She's a new addition to the cast for season 2. We have a very large court case that takes place over all of the episodes of the show this year. And I feel like this character has a grand responsibility, not only to the other cast members, but to the content of the show. And it is a race to the finish. And we don't know what happens until the absolute last part of the last episode. So there's a lot of twists and turns, and there's a lot of courtroom shenanigans, so to speak, and it's just so well written and it's so well acted, and I'm so very grateful to be a part of it, and I can't wait for everybody to see it.
Amazing. And what initially attracted you to your role in this show?
Well, much like kind of the life of an actor, one day you get an audition and you see maybe a little bit of you and your attitude, or your essence in this character. And as soon as I read the words off the page, I felt something inside. And so I knew that I had something to say through this character. And that's all we can do as actors when we get the opportunities of auditioning, is trying to, see this character through our own eyes and our own experiences. And so I did the absolute best that I could for the audition. And then I was lucky enough for my audition to go on and for the people to see. And I was lucky enough to be chosen out of probably many, many wonderful choices of ladies that could have done this role. But I was a lucky one, and I consider myself very lucky.
Great. And what do you think makes this show so special and captivating?
I believe what makes this show so captivating is the multiplicity of storylines that Ramala has made through this show. Very grounded in family, very grounded in female friends and the friendship circle and everything that that means. I think what draw me when I was watching season 1 is just, your core girlfriends sitting around talking about how to help one another, how to protect one another, how to make one another laugh, keeping everybody grounded. I thought that that was a spectacular and very real portrayal of a small sister circle. I mean, um, we, I believe I can say that I'm very lucky that I have a very strong a sister circle around me of chosen, beautiful female friends who I trust, who I love, who I would do anything for. And I believe that that is portrayed on this show. Not to mention our strong female lead in Emma Yahtzee and everything that she portrays for somebody that's in this. Cutthroat is the smallest word I can think of. World of law and everything that that means, and the expectations of being a woman in law, and the expectations of being a Black woman in law, and how she fights every day to show her worth and does it beautifully.
Amazing. And what do you hope the audiences take away from watching Reasonable Doubt?
I believe that Ramala and our writers have done a really great job of taking you along a journey of through family, through friends again, and through this court case that when we were shooting it, it felt arduous, it felt long, it felt very heavy. And court cases involving domestic violence are just that. And there are many layers, and there are many people that have their opinion on what their reality is. And I think that we go through a lot of examples of people's reality. And then we rely on the jury to listen to all sides and really come up, with a verdict. And I think that for the US court systems, I believe in juries. I really do. I've been involved adjacently with many court cases, and I think that juries don't get enough credit for who they are and what they do for us in a system that can be corrupt. It can be mysterious. It can be confusing. But you have to have faith in these 12 people that are looking at you, that they have discernment and they have everyone's best interest at heart, right? We hope that they come in with no bias or no judgment.
Yes.
And we'll have to see what our jury proves on season 2 for Reasonable Doubt.
Okay. Amazing. So, and what was it like working with the rest of the cast and crew on set?
It was a beautiful experience. The cast and crew, they moved, the first season was shot in Los Angeles, and then they moved the production here to Atlanta, where I am. And so some people had worked together before and some people were new. And so it was really great. It's always like the first day of school when you're there and you're meeting people for the first time and you're kind of finding your tribe and who you're going to work with on a daily basis. And it was really beautiful. Everyone was very warm and welcoming. And we just hit the ground running, and it was just immediately into the real deep end right off the bat. This show starts with a bang and it ends with a bang. But we all grew very, very close. And there wasn't I like to say on any project that I work on, there's no bad day on set, but really for Reasonable Doubt, there was no bad day on set. Every day was a gift.
Amazing. And what can you tease about your character journey?
Ooh. I had the pleasure of watching the first episode with a large group of people here in Atlanta, and she gets a reaction. I'll tell you that. The first episode, she really does. She gets a really guttural reaction for who you think she is. But then my hopes for this character is that as the season progresses, that you can see all of her. Because I think that we all are multifaceted and multidimensional, and when you meet someone, just like in everyday life, you meet someone on the job and you kind of have you size them up. You don't really know the depths. And there's depth to this character, and I just can't wait for everybody to meet her.
Intriguing. So, what was your favorite scene or moment while filming Reasonable Doubt?
Ooh, well, this was my first time ever giving an opening argument in court, and that was very intimidating. So, you do all your prep work and you think that you've got, you're honoring what is on the page and you're going to be honoring the other people in the room. And then when you get there, uh, wow, there's like, the people that are in the galley, and then you've got the jury, and then you've got the judge, and then you've got yourself, and you've got big swinging cameras in your face, and you kind of, you just hold on for dear life, really. But to be able as an actor, because I can speak for myself. I grew up on Law and Order, right? And so it's a dream to be able to objection, Your Honor, and all of that, and opening back and forth, that it's iconic. I think it's iconic to be part of a law show. And so this really was something that was a dream and now is a reality and has been a real gift.
Great. So, change of subject. You have to know we are big fans of Chicago Fire.
Woo!
Bowden isn't a series regular anymore on the upcoming season of Chicago Fire. Are we going to expect to see Dawn again?
Ooh, that's a really good question. So they left, spoiler alert, they left it open to see if the chief will return. He has, a new job and a new adventure to try for himself. And so, I don't believe it wasn't a goodbye. I will say that. I don't believe that it was a goodbye. I think it was, we'll see you later. And everyone on that show also is a beautiful family, very creative, very fun, always welcoming. For people that saw the show, I wasn't, even though I was part of the show for a very long time, I wasn't there every episode, but every time I would go up to Chicago, it was like I never left. And so they're up there making a really beautiful show and honoring, firefighters every day with bringing more awareness to the heroes that they are. And it was an absolute honor to be a part of that show as well.
Great, yeah. And at Survivor shows, we are big fans of Christmas rom-coms.
Oh,
What is your all-time favorite?
oh, Well, I don't know if it's I don't know if it's a rom-com, but obviously like Christmas Vacation, with Chevy Chase, that
Yeah.
old chestnut. I mean, some of it is not politically correct as we stand in 2024, but his brand of comedy I think is very funny. Of course, Elf, not a romantic comedy, but again, a Christmas movie. Um, it comes to mind. And I love Christmas too. I love vintage Christmas. I love collecting vintage ornaments, vintage trees, the whole nine yards. I have more like hot pink vintage Christmas ornaments than probably anybody else in this world. So I didn't know you like Christmas. That's awesome.
Great. So the last question, can you tease something about your next projects?
Ooh, my next project. So, as Reasonable Doubt season 2 is airing on Hulu, I have another
Mm-hmm.
project. It's an independent film called Weapons, and it is actually in post-production now. It was shot at the same time, relatively, that we were shooting Reasonable Doubt, and I have the opportunity to play Josh Brolin's wife in it for a couple of scenes. It's a mystery, it's a horror, it's really good. So watch for it probably within the next year.
Okay, great, great. And so this is it. Make sure to catch up Reasonable Doubt Season 2 on Hulu platform. And thank you, Melissa, to join us today.
Thank you so much for having me. It was
It's a
really great.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. And uh, hi all. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.